Okay, now we're finally fighting him. What the hell is warning?
This isn't where you belong, girl. And a barrier.
Oh, that's the thing I can banish.
Yo. Be gone, reality breaker. This isn't where you belong, girl.
Finally.
You possess strength I didn't anticipate. My wounds are mortal. How did I not see it? It was already broken.
Okay, that's the same thing he said when I talked to him in the lawn.
Okay, what the hell was that thing? Why did we have to kill it? And what is going on? I've been sitting here for 30 minutes while you and Rory talked in riddles and ignored my questions. This is insane. What is a soul survivor?
Calm down, Alex. I'll explain it now. I haven't been intentionally leaving you in the dark, so don't...
Wow, that music is loud.
Fine, just... This is too much.
Deep breaths, Alex. Michael's taking this better than you are. By now you've seen enough visual proof that what I am going to tell you isn't a lie.
Look at Michael's cold, dead face and tell me he's taking it better.
I need you to understand that I don't have all the answers. I can only say what I know to be true from my experiences.
I get it. Spit it out already, Bella.
What you just saw was a soul survivor, or an entity. Both names are acceptable. These beings are a visual representation of a soul that has escaped from its body. You see, it is entirely possible for a human being to separate their soul from their body.
Why are we having this conversation in the void?
In doing so, you leave behind your physical form, and more often, you can't retrieve it. The separation of mind, or soul if you will, from the body can only be achieved by accepting an existence of a non-physical nature. A human usually stumbles on this facet of reality after undergoing a transformation of a grave nature. In Rory's case, it was the loss of his sister that pushed him towards exchanging his physical nature for a metaphysical one. This is where things are about to get strange, so please bear with me. Our souls do not belong to ourselves, in the traditional sense of the word belong. Our souls are shared by otherworldly versions of you, me, and everyone else. There is an Alex out there, in another world, who has the same soul but different life experiences. A soul survivor is a soul that has left his physical form, as well as his reality, and entered into a world where a physical version of his or her soul already exists. Normally, when you abandon your physical form, you become an omnipotent entity who exists just in their own reality. You can't return to your body once you've left it behind. Soul survivors are souls whose realities have been destroyed, and they manage to leave their reality in hope of finding a physical form. So that being right there is Rory. A different Rory. One whose reality was destroyed, and he's attempted to find a physical reality to exist in.
But how do you know all this?
Because I have left my physical body, surfed, and explored the soul space, and come to understand the nature of the universe.
But you have a physical form. How did you return to your body when you say it isn't possible?
This is not my reality, Alex. There was another me here, and she left. I was able to take her physical space because her soul had already left this world.
And what is the soul space?
The soul space is... How do I explain this? Okay. Imagine a ring. In this ring is a series of worlds. When one world is destroyed, the soul space shrinks and the ring gets smaller. When a soul leaves their location in the soul space, another soul of the same origin, like another me, can take its place and regain physical form.
This is crazy. How did you figure all this out?
That's personal. Look, what leads people to find the soul space is different for each person, and I'm not going to share that with you.
This is all fine and shit, but it doesn't bring my sister back. Soul space, minds, realities, all that shit. Who even cares?
Rory, it's okay. Take a deep breath with me.
Cut it with the deep breaths. This isn't okay.
Let's get out of this sewer. I can explain this better in the fresh air.
Oh, here it comes. Wait, what?
We hear a faint electrical crackling, and a hint of life crosses behind the eyes of the sleeping figure. But as soon as it appears, it fades imperceptibly to a flicker. We confer on our thoughts on the machine and decide that there is activity inside of its circuits. We refrain from referring to it as alive, as logic and science dictate that this is only an emulation of life. This creature has no feelings, no desires, no wants.
The following week or so, my mood was strangely languid and serene. Bella's words buzzed in my ears, like a bee hovering around my head. It was
Wait, why are we back at his room?
waiting to have its full impact. From my bedroom window, you could see blooming green leaves of summer popping up here and there on the rolling suburban hills, their branches reaching up to the sky like magic ropes. I hadn't spoken with Michael, Vella, or Rory in almost 8 days. Michael was stuck in his house, pretending to study for finals.
Pretending to study for finals.
Hear from the other women in my life, Vella vanished. I had gone to the Frankton arcade hoping to see her each day, but she wasn't around. I spoke with her manager, the Korean man, about Vella and Sammy, but he offered very little information. She said she needed to take some time off, so I gave it to her. Lots of help, thank you. See you later, jackass.
He can't dox his employees. That's literally a crime, you fucking stalker.
I hadn't spoken with Rory since that night either. As soon as we got out, Vela went into depth on her soul survivors and metaphysics. Then he ran off saying he needed to clear his head.
Shit. Okay, so listen up.
Why did they arrange the scenes like that?
Since a soul survivor has spent a lot of time down here, it's likely we're going to find some very strange things. Let's call them, breaks in reality. You may have seen some before, so relax. Don't freak out if you see them. Our goal is to get outside where we can talk safely.